All right. Yeah, hello, everybody. Hey, welcome. DarrellMuhammad. Just wanted to pop up real quick. Haven't done this in a while. Haven't scoped while driving. I don't know if they're going to outlaw that or not, but they probably should. But it's not a problem yet. But how's everybody? All right, Sister Candace, thanks for sharing. You guys. Just want to come on and just see what you guys are talking about. Do some commentary as I drive here in Houston. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's enjoying the money game series that we're doing. The money game series. We're going to do something else starting January 1st. I don't know what it is yet. We might continue with the money game, or we might call it something else. But hopefully, you guys are enjoying the money game. Hopefully, you're taking your notes so you can implement it. All right. 2016 is just around the corner, brothers and sisters. Get excited about the future. We should always be more excited about what's coming than what has happened in the past, because we can shape tomorrow. We can shape the future, but we can't shape the past. No one can change what has happened already. Thank you for the hearts. All right, thank you for the hearts and share. All right, nobody can change that. What has happened in the past. So I'm excited. I've taken a lot of notes. I write down a lot of ideas and a lot of things I need to wrap up, for the year, so I won't bring them into the new year. And that's something that I practice every year, brothers and sisters, and you should probably do it too. Make a list of things that you haven't finished and see what you can finish between now and Friday, right? Nothing major, because you don't want to discourage yourself or whatever the case may be. You want victories. So find some loose ends, some small item loose ends that you can finish up for the year, and so you can be excited. So you can go in fresh with some victories. Always go for victories. If you can't win big victories, shoot for medium-sized victories. But definitely build on small victories, right? Build on small victories. So I'm excited about 2016. I'm excited about what I'm depositing in myself so I can share with you guys. Okay? And then you need to share as well. All right? You need to share what you have, what God has given you and deposited in you to share. God never gives anything of good to people just so they can keep it to themselves, right? So we're excited. Got some things in the pipeline. We're going to share them with you as they develop. But brothers and sisters, go ahead and make it happen. One of my favorite scriptures is Philippians 3rd chapter or 4th chapter, 13th verse, I think it is. And it says, "Count not what you have apprehended, but press towards the mark of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus." So don't forget about what you've done already. Don't worry about what you've done already, right? Don't worry about what you've done already. Continue to press towards the mark, right? That's the future. That's looking at what's ahead. That's looking at 2016. That's what we should be excited about, right? That's what we should be excited about. What has happened in the past is the past. We should be excited about what's going to happen in the future, because see, if you're designing your life, all right, you're sitting down and projecting what you want your life to be tomorrow, next week, next month, 2016, right? Then you should be excited, because you can paint any picture that you want, right? You can paint any picture that you want your life to look like in 2016. The only limitations are the limitations you put on yourself, right? If you want a new car, you can write that down. But the limitations you put on yourself, brothers and sisters. All right, so go ahead and get excited about 2016. Talk about what you're gonna do. If no, to no one else, definitely to yourself. Talk to yourself, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to do such and such. I'm going to do such and such. And plan. See, that's what a lot of us don't do. We speak it, but we don't walk it. We speak it, but we don't walk it. We talk it, but we don't walk it.
Call. Press Uconnect phone button to answer.
Cancel that call. So we talk it, but we don't walk it. All right? We talk it, but we don't walk it. We have to walk it. We have to sit down and plan and scheme and say, what pieces do I need? Right? What pieces do I need? Hey, thanks for the heart. Definitely share it. Definitely share it. Go ahead and share it. This is just a brainstorm we're doing right now. Just, you know, doing some commentary for you guys. Okay? So, what pieces do I need to the puzzle? What pieces do I need? The bigger your vision, the grander your vision. Thank you, Sister Candace. The grander your vision, the more pieces to the puzzle you have. Life is a puzzle. Life is a puzzle. Things come at you, different shapes, different sizes, different dimensions, right? And you got to say, do I need that piece? Oh yeah, that's a very important piece. I'll need that. Let me take it. I don't need that piece. That's not part of the picture that I'm painting. It's not part of the picture that I'm painting. So the bigger the picture, the more pieces you have to your life, to your puzzle, right? And as you start getting pieces and you put them in place and they fit, then that picture becomes clearer. You get more excited because now you can see. Now I'm getting closer. Now I can actually see, physically see the picture that I have in my mind. Manifestation. Manifestation. I can see in physical form that which I see in my mind. All right? But you got to look at the puzzles. You have to look at the pieces. Ask the question, what do I need? What do I need? Right? Every idea is a prayer. Every word you speak is a prayer. There's a book called Life and Death is in the Power of the Tongue. The scripture says that. That's a scripture quote. But a guy wrote a book about the tongue. I forgot the title of it. A preacher out of Baton Rouge. Right? The power of the tongue. So it's a prayer. If you say something negative, it's a prayer. If you say something positive, it's a prayer. So speak into existence that which you want. All right, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Right? There's a science to success. And it does not include wishing. It does not include hoping. It does not include trying. That's not a part of the science to success. It's not part of the science of success. While the rest of the country is on cruise control during this holiday season, for those of us who are entrepreneurs, those of us who want to end strong, you know, and make a burst for the tape, then now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. For those that celebrate Christmas, Christmas is only one day. What about the day before and the day after? Successful people don't make up excuses. Well, I gotta go shopping. You gotta make time. You have 24 hours in a day. You didn't shop 24 hours. Right? New Year's is coming up. You have to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice to get what I want? See, the science of success dictates that you got to make a sacrifice. You got to let go of something old to get something new. A lot of us don't want to let go of old stuff to get something new. That's against the science of success. That'll never happen, brothers and sisters. Never, ever, ever happen. You're fooling yourself. If you're not willing to sacrifice money, time, energy, right? Toxic people, then we have just disqualified ourselves for the very thing that we say we want. Okay? Success has no emotions, right? It has no prejudices. It's not gonna work for you because success likes you and doesn't like somebody else. Success has no personality. It's a formula, it's science, it's rules, it's philosophy. And that can be applied regardless of time or space. Okay, these are the things that we have to understand. And when we include the human factors into the formula of success, then that's when it gets skewed. That's when it gets watered down, because we say, well, I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to do that. Now is not a good time. I'm going to wait until I get my credit together. I'm going to wait until I get this new job. And success says that's not a factor in the formula. That's not a variable in this equation. See, that's a variable in our equation. That's the variable in the equation of remaining who we are. That's the formula in the equation of us not becoming who we need to be. That's the formula in our equation of staying mediocre, right? Staying average. Average and below average people get slaughtered. Average and below average people get annihilated when times get hard. And times get harder. Some of us might have survived and made it through unscathed. Some of us. During this recent economic downturn. But what happens if it continues to turn down? What happens if this is the calm before the storm? Just because we made it in the past does not mean we're going to make it in the future. See, that's the variable that we are following that keeps us where we are. You used to say it as a stockbroker. You used to say it as a disclaimer. Past performance is no guarantee for future results. No guarantee for future results. So yes, you might have made it through the last storm. But what happened? What about the next storm? How strong is our foundation from the last storm? Did we refortify our foundation from the last storm? Or is it still broken up? Is it still weak? Is it still fragile from the last storm? And when the next storm comes, we're out of here. When the next storm comes, that's when we'll lose our home. That's when we'll lose our car. That's when we'll lose our family. You know, brothers and sisters, I always wondered why those that have money continue to want to get more money. Yes, greed is involved. Yeah, all that negative stuff, that poor mentality that keeps us poor. Yeah, put that off to the side because that's not serving you. Because they greedy. Because they materialistic. Put that off to the side. That's not everybody. That is not everybody. Put that off to the side. Everybody that's rich is not greedy, self-serving, narcissistic. What they call it? Not narcissistic. What they call it? Whatever it is. Right? That's not everybody. So get that poor programming out of your brain. But here's the point. I wonder why, regardless of the reason why, I wonder why. When I became a stockbroker, I saw people had money getting more money. Getting more money, getting more money. And I wonder why. But then I looked at the greater context. I said, could it be because they know? People who are rich and getting richer and richer, they know stuff that you and I don't know. They get information that the masses of the people don't get. right? Because their thumb is closer to the economic pulse. When you're an employee and just a consumer, just an employee and just a consumer, then our thumb is from the furthest pulse of what's going on, what's happening, what's gonna happen in the world, financially or not, because we're so far removed. That's what I learned as a stockbroker. I learned that these people are doing this because they know the real condition of America financially. They know. They're not hiding. They're not looking at, well, my lights are paid, my bills are paid, and I'm eating, so I'm good. They're looking out into the future. And they know that one day, all this debt is going to have to be paid. Somebody in America, meaning the citizens in America, is going to eventually have to pay this $70 trillion worth of debt. This American citizens are going to have to pay. And it's going to be their grandchildren. So they're accumulating all this money. So when inflation comes, right, and a loaf of bread costs $50, if they're worth $100 million, they have a better chance of affording, their children have a better chance of affording that bread than you and I, who are working from paycheck to paycheck and just want to get enough money to get trinkets and not understanding the environment, the fragile economic environment that we're in. So therefore, we're not trying to accumulate enough for our children's children so maybe they can survive, right, for this total transition from the old world to the new world. All right, so it has really nothing to do with things. It has everything to do with the first law of nature, which is self-preservation. Will your seed survive? Will my seed survive into the future? By being sovereign, right? Because daddy, because mommy, because sister Candace, right? Because you took the wherewithal to say, I'm going to sacrifice my life now like our forefathers did for us. I'm going to sacrifice my life now, whatever that means, physically, whatever it means. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it so I can go out here and I can establish a sovereign economy, my own sovereign economy for me and my family. Why do you think rich people buy houses all around the world? Why? Because when America collapsed, they're going to get on their private jet, not Delta. They're going to get on their private jet and fly into another country where it's not as bad as America, where inflation is not as high as America, where people are not killing each other in the streets because they were hoodwinked and bamboozled and they didn't know what to do. No one warned them, right? They took the responsibility off of themselves and say, you all didn't tell me. You all supposed to be looking out for me. No one is supposed to look out for you more than you look out for yourself. See, rich people understand that. Poor and middle class people don't. So that's why they do what they do, because they understand. They're on Wall Street. They know that this thing, hey, Russia, they know that this thing is going to explode anytime, any minute. And we as black folks, we still on the front end of the game. Get more money, get more money, get more money. To do what with it? To do what with it? To buy a bigger car so you can, move out somewhere and say, I'm all good and go out to eat and pay your credit card off and don't have a balance on your, I mean, what about surviving, right? This economic time bomb that's about to explode. See, you can't have enough money for that. That's what those that understand realize. How much money is too much money when the largest economy in the world, America, is going to explode one day? What about us white folks trying to get by? Hell, it's irregardless of color. Everybody gonna suffer. Everybody gonna die. Everybody gonna be in the streets revolting when this thing collapses and there's no food in the grocery store because it's all gone. When there's no jobs, they're all gone. When I say all, I mean to a great enough extent that will cause revolution in the streets. They're always gonna have jobs. Right? They're always going to have food. So those that are looking out for themselves, like who's that in Utah, the Quakers and the Mormons, see, they understand. They put their religion into practical application. They're self-sufficient to a greater extent than any other group that I know of in America. That's right, it's colorless. Satan don't care who he destroys. He's trying to destroy everybody. He's trying to be the heavyweight champion of the world with no survivors. Right? So brothers and sisters, that's my commentary for today. I just want to share that. Just want to sow that in your spirit. Right? It's not a technique. It's not a strategy. And I'll do more of these. Right? I didn't really want to come on, but I said I haven't came on for a while. Let me just share with you the mindset. Right? The environment of the mindset of really what's going on. What's going on? Somebody has to make the sacrifice. Somebody, I mean, the politicians not watching all these television programs. Why? Because they're trying to run a failing world. They're trying to run a failing economy. That's why they look so bad. Hey, I'm from Houston too. Hey, how you doing? All right, reach out to me if you're in Houston. I'm in Houston as well. All right, so see, that's what they understand. You don't think Hillary Clinton not getting a lot of sleep? Ron Paul, whoever those people, I don't even know who they are. Whoever, they're not getting a lot of sleep. Why? Because they're trying to position themselves. They're trying to get the job of the CEO of America. So if you're trying to be the CEO of your company, you're trying to be the CEO of yourself, which you should be. You are the CEO of yourself. By default, you're the CEO of your family. Then why are we getting so much rest? Why are we keeping up with all the latest movies? Why are we the first one in line to see Star Wars, right? We part of the $1 billion that they made in Star Wars. I'm sure Hillary Clinton I'm sure she hasn't rushed down to go see Star Wars. I'm sure she hasn't rushed down and Bernie Sanders, they not rushing down to go see the latest movies. Why? Because they're focusing on becoming the CEO of America. How much sleep are you and I? How much sleep are you and I losing to be the CEO of our lives? All right, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. If you like this commentary, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. That's where we're going to have some private engagements. How about that? Private engagements. So we can go off like this and just let it fly and go ahead and make things happen. All right? All right. As always, see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, thank you very much. You, your family, and most importantly, our black community needs our very best. Who's going to be? It's our turn now, brothers and sisters. Right? Your mother, your father, my mother, my father, they had their chance in the 60s to make a change for our people. Now, we're riding on their coattails, but then we're going to default on our turn to make a social impact on the world. That's a shame. Don't be guilty. All right? See you later. Take care. God bless.